will segue to Melissa. Tell us a little bit about the Grac Machel Trust. And I know that it only focuses on women through the Women Creating Wealth program. Tell us a little more about that.
Thank you very much, Emily. Just confirming you can hear me clearly.
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah. So it's my pleasure to be here today, and just like Elizabeth said, a great pleasure to be here with the rest of the panel. Really experienced and just happy to share from my experience as well, working with SMEs and businesses, especially at the early stage, what we call the early stage of the life cycle of business. So coming back to Grac Machel Trust, the organization or the trust was formed 23 years ago in 2010. And its primary mission is to advance women's economic and social standing and focus and also support adolescent girls. So one thing we like to say about Grac Machel Trust is we seek to multiply faces and amplify voices. So Grac Machel Trust focuses a lot on advocacy, on research, on networking, just to find out what issues women are grappling with at the social and economic level, and see how to influence decision makers to create a better environment now for women, women and girls. And one of the ways that Grac Machel Trust does this is working with partners, and some who may be top of mind for many in Africa, the MasterCard Foundation, Visa Foundation, African Development Bank, Industrial Development Corporation, among others. So that's just largely what Grac Machel Trust does. And coming down to now women economic social advancement, we have our entrepreneurship development program called Women Creating Wealth. And I think when you introduced me, you mentioned that I coordinate activities in Kenya for this program. So Women Creating Wealth is a capacity building program or an accelerator for women-led enterprises. So there may be men in management or in the shareholding, but largely is women-led, or women have a significant aspect of decision making in the company or in the organization. So we look at offering coaching, mentorship, training around business skills, and business topics, all the way from marketing to finance, systems, operations, just as you have in a typical capacity building program. But we also look at just something around personal development. So we call it personal mastery and leadership, where we want to meet the women entrepreneurs where they are. So even before we go into the technical aspects of business around markets and financials, we go back to look at how well are you balancing the demands as a woman in business. We look at topics around emotional intelligence, just the things we know are very personal and very specific or unique to women. And because we say if the entrepreneur or if the woman in this case is okay, then her business will be okay. So apart from taking the women through the business topics and the personal mastery and leadership, then we go a step further and bring on the aspect of access to markets, where we'd like the businesses to be able to extend or expand what we do, either at a local or regional or even international level. And we also look at access to finance, which is really big and I think is an important part of the discussion today. So there's a lot of preparation for the businesses to be ready to meet different categories of financiers. So Elizabeth has talked about what the bank would be looking at, the gaps that these entrepreneurs face or the gaps they have seen with these entrepreneurs as they come maybe to apply for loans. So now our role is to make sure that by the time these entrepreneurs are going to meet these financiers, whether banks or venture capital firms, for example, they are prepared. They know what the financiers are looking for. They have already established what the gap in their financing is, how they will apply the money, and how they will use it. So in a nutshell, or just in summary, that's what we do at Grac and Machel Trust. And now coming down to the Women Creating Wealth program.
Thank you, Melissa.